And of course, we got a guest tonight, and we will be introducing her shortly. Tonight, we are talking about melanated business owners. And tonight, we introduce to you Miss Tamia Banks. How you doing on this evening?
Hello, everybody. Hello, I'm doing awesome. I can't complain.
All right
All
Hey.
now,
right.
all right now. So we are basically talking about melanated business owners, and this is one that has been in business for a while, and she's just gonna come to you and kind of give you some of the perks of starting a business, maybe some of the challenges that she had starting the business. So we're gonna get to it, and we also have business owners sitting at the table as well. So we will get some of their feedback as well. So, Miss Me, can you give us our mission statement?
All right. So, you know what it is. Our mission statement, as always, we want to make sure that we are bridging the gap between our season and our youth. And as a matter of fact, this is a great way to bridge a gap because we want to start educating our youth on how to become entrepreneurs, how to take that time that they have and start thinking about their future, how to make some success be creative for themselves. And who better to say it than those that have been in the business and have been hitting the ground grinding, trying to build on their business. So most definitely we can't wait to hear from what Miss Banks has to say.
So, Miss Banks, just tell us a little bit about yourself, and then kind of let us know how did you get started and in your businesses.
I'm, of course, Tamia Banks, owner of Nitty Salon One and Retail, also Main Sheet Clothing. And I started actually with Nitty Salon One first in cosmetology school, which is where met Christy, which became my just ride or die since then. And that was back in 2008 and 2009. God just told me to leap out on faith and started looking for something while I was actually still in school. And I took a leap out on faith. I think we started selling plates or something, didn't we,
Mm-hmm.
Christy?
Yep. Yep.
Amen.
We started selling plates at school and we raised money. And I actually found a building right around the corner from the church that we attend. And I raised that money and shoot, I put that money down for that lady and just hit the ground running from there. But the struggle has been real.
Okay.
You know what? And I know the struggle has been real because hey, it's real in the real world. So hey, you know what
Yes.
it's like as an entrepreneur. So tell
Yeah.
us a little bit, Miss Banks, of when you say the struggle has been real. Give us a little bit of enlightenment. What have you encountered, especially with you being a melanated woman in the business?
Oh Lord, where can I start? First of all, as a melanated woman in the business, it is extremely hard trying to get funding for what you're trying to do to grow your business.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been pretty much doing what I got to do out of my own pocket, trying to get things done. They kind of give you a hard time. When you're a black woman trying to do things as a small business, you really don't get all of the help that you need. Well, I'll say this because y'all know I'm keep it real. They give it to who they want to give it to.
Right, exactly.
And this is why
So
not say it. So say
Say
what you
what you gotta
feel.
that
I'm
say.
part.
telling you.
They give it to who they want to give it to. It's hard getting help to do the bigger picture for what you're trying to do. So I just do what I try to do on my own. I didn't try to fill out for so many grants and stuff. They come up with all these rules and regulations and scoring that you be like, what? And it can be discouraging, when you're doing it on your own and then you come into other things like with me purchasing my first building, which is where I am now, dealing with shady people, our own people. We are horrible to each other, some of us,
Mm-hmm.
and dealing trying me. I try to keep it in the community, so I'm gonna deal with people that are my people to try to help fix things and get it going to support their business.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, I was ripped off a lot.
Mm.
And
Wow.
that was coming out of my own personal money and my livelihood and my household. So it was a lot of setbacks that kept me kept starting over.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like one of the most things that I dealt with that was the most challenging was the setbacks because I was ripped off so much. I was so much money from actually some legit companies that just was running off with my money, giving half down, they run off, and then you don't see them no more. Then I got to pay somebody else to do where they left off, and then they rip me off again. So it
Oh,
just setback after setback on top of having it in the middle of the hood, which is where I try to keep the community, keep it in the community. I got a lot of break-ins, which are major, and they were setbacks.
yeah.
Yeah, then where I'm located on Natural Bridge beforehand, all the car crashes and stuff. So I got crashed into and I was shut down for a whole year. So it was like one thing after another. But I keep pushing. I keep pushing and by the grace of God, I'm still growing.
Well, like you said, by the grace of God, you still going, cause that's who it is that will help us. Regardless to whether we want to think about it, believe it, or whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
you got to step out on that faith. That faith
Yes,
is what do
ma'am.
it. Yes.
So tell me, what
Yes.
was your mind state of when you was taking all those setbacks? What kept you going? What motivated you to keep pushing?
Man, to be honest, it was like I can't give up on myself. I can't
Man,
give up on my dream. I didn't ask for this. God gave it to me. And I just gotta keep knowing that if he gave it to me, he gonna see me through it and everything that's in me trying to set for my downfall, God's gonna turn it around for my good no matter how long it takes. So they keep me pushing every single day. On top of, I named it after my brother who was murdered. So I do it for the goodness of him. Like I keep pushing, and I ain't gonna like when I was going through school and stuff, and you used to always tell me, man, T, you gonna make this her thing happy, and they always stick in my head. Like he like you gonna do something with this. I tell people all the time, like, man, played a big role
wow,
in me still going and what I'm doing where I am today. You played a major role when I
All
want to
right
give
now.
up in times before. And I always think about what you said back then. I'm like, I can do this.
Yes,
right,
and you know what? You said something that's key, and paying back homage to when it is that someone is instrumental in helping you get to
yeah,
where it is. Just a little bit of something that's said to you
right,
can, help
Yeah.
drive and motivate you. It ain't
Yeah.
about what somebody can do for you.
right.
It's
Yeah.
sometimes, or a lot of times, what
What
it
they
is that
say.
they say to you.
And
Exactly.
you know
Yeah.
what's deep about that? Like, and if I when I did give it to you, as far as what I said to you, I feel like you just gave it back to me right now. You know what I'm saying? Because
Wow.
that inspired me. Sometimes you have to hear yourself outside of
Yeah.
yourself. You know what I mean? And just hearing you say
Yeah.
that, that just gave you. I feel like you just gave me the inspiration to keep pushing for what I'm pushing for. You know?
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
that's a part of being helpers one to
To
another
another.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
supporting one another, because a lot of times we think that supporting one another is what we do for one another or
Yeah.
what we give to one another. But the biggest support that you can give to somebody, especially in business, is that knowledge and nuggets for free,
Yes.
because right now it's a lot of stuff that's not free.
Free.
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what it is that that you do in your businesses.
So with Nitty Salon One and Retail, it's a salon and retail. So we have full service saloning going on there, hair cutting, from weaves to wigs, selling, making, styling, coloring, hair care, anything you think of with cosmetology, we do on the Nitty Salon One and Retail side. I have a few boots there. I'm actually about to start something with I've been doing something with young kids. I love the youth because I was a young girl coming up doing things. So I'm actually a center licensed through the SLATE program. So ages 16 through 24, they can come through there through the SLATE program and they pay them and they get like 3 months from and they just all they have to do is come, show up, learn. Some of them, if there's something they really want to do, I take them further after the program. I
Okay.
do apprenticeships through there. I'm about to start a commission based things with ages 16 because they have to be in like 10th grade or either 16 to join the program. So I'm trying to do something with that. The boutique side, which is Main Sheet Clothing, that side, which was actually it was created by my husband. They call him Maine, and he was before we got married. He like, you my chick. We gonna start a brand called Maine Chick Clothing, and so we just call it chic too. So Maine
Okay.
Chick, Maine Chic, and he was like, you chic. That's what you do. You fashionable. So we started that brand in 2018, and then I just took it a little further. It just supposed to been closed, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna open a store. So we got the Delmar Loop store, and we did that, and then just pushing that and trying to brand it and just taking the boutique thing. I never even asked for that. It was something that just kind of fell in my lap, and I'm glad that I did it. Somebody kind of pushed me into it. My god sister Lavita, I didn't see myself doing it. She like, I see you doing it. You're gonna do this. She purchased my first batch of inventory back in 2013, and she just threw it in the store in the salon down the street. And she was like, "Girl, look, here you go. You're gonna do it. Show me what you're gonna do with it." And I just hit it and ran with it.
All right now. That's what's up. Because you know what? You got to have a support system. The support system
Yeah, it matters.
is what really help you through a lot of your challenges in opening
Yeah,
up a business and making your business successful. Some people feel like they can, open up a business by themselves. You open it by yourself, but you still need a team. You need a
yeah,
support system to help you through what you're going through as far as your businesses, being
yeah,
you need people that just in different places. Like you need
yeah.
somebody to help you with your finance. You need somebody,
Mm-hmm.
just all type of people in your on your side as far as helping you open up your business. So yeah,
Yeah,
And not only just opening it up, but being there to even help you run it. I
exactly.
yeah,
look at a lot of videos, and I followed this one who she started her own cleaning company down there in
mhm,
Savannah, Georgia, and she's a multi-billionaire now, and she even does trainings and stuff like that. They ain't free, believe me, and it costs. But she also stated that she tried it, by herself, and it just didn't work. She tried to be
mm-mm.
the accountant. She tried to be the bookkeeper. She
Hmm.
tried to, be the tax person and all that stuff, and it just didn't work. So she ended up failing when she first started it. But then once she realized that she not only needed a team to help clean, hire people to help clean, but she needed a admin or
Hmm.
somebody that she can bring on as a partner that could help
Yeah,
her in the, other areas, or give her that focus back so she could
yeah,
focus on that area. And I'm a living witness. When I say that it was a struggle down there in Georgia, trying to maintain, even though the business did pretty good. However, I couldn't pick up a lot of the clients that I was privy to, because I had two country clubs that wanted me to come, and I couldn't supply them with the ample amount of people, being how large those two country clubs was. So
yeah.
you need people. You do.
Yeah, that's like one of the problems I'm having now because I started, y'all know me. I think I'm superwoman. I can do everything. I'm not waiting on nobody. But that also can be a bad thing because one thing my husband always have to remind me, like, you need to take your time. You need, like, you just rush into stuff, and I understand, like, you feel like I got to do it before I, get unmotivated to do it. But you need to learn how to, like, pump your brakes a little bit and see
Hmm.
things through. And I had to learn, had to bump my head a lot, just jumping into stuff and not taking my time and just, having that help and things. Because it's a lot of people that, will come and be like, oh, I can help you do this, I can help you do that. And then they let you down, and or they
Hmm.
not trustworthy. You think that they are, then they not. It kind of make it hard for you to trust people or depend on people. So you be like, you know what, I'm gonna do this myself. Because I was that person, the account, the cleaning, the secretary. Even still now, I'm still doing a lot by myself because it's like, oh man, if I do this, then I ain't gonna be able to do this and finances. And by me doing it on my own without being able to get grants and things like that, it do become a thing where, okay, I need to do this and this by myself because I don't think I can afford to do this right now, or I ain't gonna be able to do this part that I'm trying to do. So I'm learning to invest in myself, take my time, pray. Don't just like jump into it. Something
Mm-hmm.
might have to wait that's less important. I've been learning, I'm like, God, what do I need to do? Like, why am I, because I'm hard on myself too. Like, why am I not further along where I should be? And I know a lot of people that's just starting and they making this much money and they doing this, but I'm not comparing myself to them, but I want to do better, you know? So I'm like, God, give me balance. That's
Mm-hmm.
one thing I seen that I didn't have. I'm like, I don't have no balance being a new mom, a wife, running two businesses, still trying to be active in church, trying to tend to my family. And I
Mm-hmm.
looked up and I'm like, I'm all over the place. I don't have no balance. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been learning to pump my brakes and take it one day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, Lord,
That's
do
what
And
I
you
not
really
gotta
put
want to
too
keep
do.
much
doing
on
this?
not put too much on your plate.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
that's something that I have a problem with. So you
Yep.
just said something that was really, really powerful as far as balance.
Yeah.
Finding that balance. And also, scheduling is something that I started to realize before it was that I moved from Georgia. And I have Yasha, my oldest. When I
Yeah.
say that he goes through his struggles as far as finances and so on and so forth with his
Yeah.
business, but when I say that he is well organized
Yeah.
and balanced, and he ain't gonna take on no more than what he know, that because
Yeah.
he likes to critique and make things perfect. You might as well say
Mm-mm.
perfect. So yes,
Yeah.
you make a good point when you say balance, and that's something
Yeah.
that I'm really, really learning, because it's a struggle trying to
Yeah.
take on too many things, because you see this vision, you see that vision, but
Mhm.
how can you look at all those visions and none of them come through the way that you want them, because you're trying to focus too much on too much.
And
So
that's
Yeah.
that, that's why you do have to focus your attention on one thing and get that set in
Yeah.
stone and set in place, and
Yeah.
then let that take off, and then come back and pick something else up, because you starting all these different things, but some things are going to start lacking. Things are going to
Yep.
start lacking, so you might as well
Yes.
focus on one thing, get that going, and then come back and pick up where you left off on the other things, because it's gonna be lacking, and then you're gonna find yourself,
Man.
like you said, all over the place. So
Yep. And my biggest thing was lacking in my time with my family. Cause I
mm-hmm.
go, I go hard for the business. Like I gotta get it,
Right.
cause I came from another life. So I'll be like,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta stay focused. I'm trying to, get it. And I start lacking with, my husband time and my son. I got this baby that I pray hard for. And I'm like, Lord, like I want to be here. I want to be there, but how I'm trying to do this, so I'm like, okay, I'm learning to, I got my cutoff days now, and I lost a lot of clientele to it, but I'm like, hey, look, my son got to come first of all. I'm like, I got my husband here,
Mm-hmm.
we being a team. He got, his job and things, so I got to cut this time off. I can't just be here and do her with y'all all day. I had to have limits with my clients. You can't be
Mm-hmm.
late. You can't be past 15 minutes because you're gonna throw my schedule off. You can't
Mm-hmm.
just walk in here anytime and be like, oh, I cannot get my hair done. No, I gotta go by a schedule. This is my hours. This is what I do. If you're more than 15 minutes late, you have to reschedule. And
Mm-hmm.
it has been working. I know I lost a lot of clients to it, but I'm like, gotta replace.
Yeah,
And
you
when I,
will.
for a moment, I was tripping off of like, man, I lost this client. But you know what? I end up getting me an app called Style Seat.
Mm-hmm.
And I started posting my pictures and stuff on there. I started getting so many new clients, different cultures, to the point I'm like, man, I can't keep taking all these new people because I still got this schedule. But them new people pay way more than the clients I've been had forever that don't even like tipping.
Hey, and that's how it is. That's how it is. You gotta stick with the script, cause sometime in doing her, people feel like you on their time.
Yeah.
You on my time, so I can come. I'm gonna go by the store first before I come get my hair
Yep.
done, knowing they had an appointment. But
Yeah.
you doing right. You got to stick to the script, cause other than that, it will throw you off. It definitely
It
will.
will.
But you know what? We want to hear from a couple other people. Cause we have some entrepreneurs sitting at the table. That has their businesses.
Hey.
Uh, we
Yes.
need you to talk to us. Talk to us. What's your name? Introduce yourself.
How you doing? I'm Rodney.
How you doing, Mr. Rodney?
Yeah,
I put you on the spot.
Yeah.
That's all right, baby. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. How about that? You know, it's all good. But we'll come back to you. You can just give us your opinion. You know, if you're a business owner, let us know what business you own and, you know, give some shout outs or whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
But
I'm actually in the midst of in the middle of trying to start me a siding cleaning business.
Okay.
Okay.
Because if you paid attention in North County, like most of the houses built off more so siding and brick.
Okay.
And I'm basically like in a business of popular demand, and like I'm trying to find what's in popular demand so I could, you know what I'm saying?
Get it going. Okay. Well, hey, maybe somebody that's looking at this show might reach out and get in touch with you and help you out or give you some resources on the way, you know, where you can go and what you can get help with. But, you know, it's sad because a lot of times in these times, a lot of people don't like to help nobody. And that's what's really sad. You know, people don't like to give you resources or help a person out, you know, not for free because they feel like you going to take something away from them. But I just feel like what God has for you is for you. And what God has for me is for me. And if you give me your resources, I can't take nothing away from you because he got it for you, what you got for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if anybody's watching, you know what I'm saying? Come on, call me in 515-599-1687. Give us some resources going on. He trying to get into the siding business. How
So
about
they
you?
can't be gatekeeping.
Okay,
That's
don't
right.
be a gatekeeper,
Right.
baby. Don't
That's
be a gatekeeper.
That's right.
But Fast Lane, tell us a little bit about your business. You got some businesses going on as well too.
Well, I got Godspeed Detailing. Well, we just closed Godspeed Detailing. I had a detail shop. It was doing pretty good, but the thing was, it's hard keeping good workers. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Just
Oh,
being
yes.
honest. It's hard to keep good workers, but that ain't stopping me.
That's
I
right.
also have Skyscraper's carrier service. The carrier service is doing pretty good. And I'm also with Midwest Auto Sales. And we buy cars, we go to the auction, and, you know, we get people vehicles, you know what I mean? And hey, I'm putting my hands on everything I can, but like she said, you have to pace yourself. That's very important. You know, like sometimes you can get overwhelmed. Like when God gives you a lot of gifts, you have to pray for order with those gifts. You know what I'm saying? So like I put him before everything. So I asked him to guide my steps now. You know, because when I'm in control, it's haywire. I'm all over the place. And a lot of times it's like the story of the tortoise and the hare. You'll be running fast, but you ain't winning the race, you know what I mean? And see, with that tortoise, that turtle was moving slow, but he was picking up all the information he needed to get where he had to go, and he wasn't running past nothing too fast because he was taking his time. And that's where I'm at now, you know what I mean? I realized, like, yeah, I do have the power to start these businesses, but making them successful is a whole nother level, you know what I mean? So now that comes down with me balancing myself out, like she said, and you know, just taking my time, you know what I mean? But we got to support each other more as a people, period. You know what I mean? That's very important, especially in this city right here, you know what I mean? Like, we see a lot of black-owned businesses, and we take more time out to critique them and criticize them instead of walking through the doors to support them. You know what I mean? We got to support each other. That's very important, you know what I mean? Because, like, I noticed with my businesses, I had strangers that were supporting me more than the people that was close to me supporting me. You know what I mean? And to me, that's backwards because if we could crawl together, we supposed to be able to ball together. You know what I mean? So
That's right.
when a business is opening and we are affiliated with these people, one thing we should do is at least support each other. You know what I mean? The support system is very important, and that's what we lacking in our city. You know what I mean? We gotta support each other. It ain't about outdoing each other. It's about support. See, one thing I learned in staying in other cities, the more money that's flowing, the less problems we have, the less worries we got. You see what I'm saying? And that comes from us building each other up. If everybody's situated, then we ain't got time to be tripping off each other or hating on each other. What are we hating for then?
That's
You
right.
know what I mean? So, you know, as a business owner, me myself, you know what I mean, I support all my black-owned businesses, and I support good business because good business is very important. Them shady deals, that's what got a bad name on us right now. You know what I mean? The half-stepping and the shortcuts and all that, you know what I mean? we gotta get back to doing good business as a people. We the ones who taught that.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So that's when it comes down to knowing ourselves again.
Yeah.
You know, we are the great builders. We created all of this that we see, but we also got erased from that, not knowing that we the ones who created that.
That's
So
right.
now we have to find ourselves again and learn to support and get back on our Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? We got to finish what our ancestors are showing us.
That's
you know?
right.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And it's about support. It's all about,
Yeah.
you know, because I just feel like we spend a lot of money. Melanated people spend a lot of money. But we rather go take our money and spend them with everybody else as opposed to spending it with each other. Not only will we not spend with each other, when we do spend money with each other, we want to try to nickel and dime us.
That's
But,
right.
you know, but somebody else can put a price on it and we'll be
We gonna
quick to
pay
go
it quick.
pay it.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
brag
Quick.
on it.
And brag
on it.
about it.
Yeah.
Hey, you know,
But then when we put that price on it, oh man, you too high. You gotta come down.
They go
on
to
your
somebody else and let them crack their head.
Exactly.
Hey, but you know,
exactly.
like when I was saying the Black Wall Street, the thing is, like, as a people, we have to understand one thing with Black Wall Street. They said right now at this point, they said when our money touched the black community, less than 15 minutes that it hit our hand, it leaves out our
And
community.
it do.
Yep.
I
They
can
Yeah.
believe
Black
that.
Wall Street, they said when the money was touching their hand, it circulated 32
32
times,
yes.
33 times in the community before it even left up out of that community.
Community.
You see what I'm saying? So that means they didn't flipped it and flipped it and passed it on and passed it on where everybody was eating before it left out of their community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the sad thing that's going on right now, because you're right, it does leave our community. You know, I'll never forget down there in Georgia with my cleaning business, and my brother, my oldest brother, he had a construction business. So therefore he was and I think you was down there helping him at that one lady's house.
Yeah,
Mars,
at that
I don't want to call her
mansion.
name. But anyway, so she hired me for her cleaning. And at the time, Yasha was down there, my oldest. We wouldn't clean. Well, you know how big that house was.
That was a mansion.
It was a
Not
mansion.
nothing that looked big. It
And-
was $1 million house.
And let me tell you, she wanted me to clean this mansion for $120.
Oh,
See,
man,
that just don't
that's
make
literally-
Oh, nah.
the entrance of that house would have been 120.
She told me, she said, you my people, because she was from St. Louis. So that's where the bad thing and how we set our city up for failure. You from St. Louis, so, I know you probably know how to clean and all this stuff. She said, I had some Mexicans that was cleaning for me before. She said, and they did good. She said, they would get on their knees and wipe the floors and all this stuff. And all she charged me was $120. I said, well, where's she at?
Okay.
Right.
Because
Therefore.
I did it the first time. And when I left her house, I felt so defeated. She had 6 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms,
Yeah, this house
a living room, a foyer that was big enough for. She had a doggone chandelier in her foyer. She had a dining room, family room, and a big kitchen. And she wanted me to clean it for $120.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
And I said, you, all people, one of us, another melanated person. And just because I'm from St. Louis, you want me to give you that deal. I had other clients whose house wasn't as big as theirs. And weekly, we talking about $300 and $400 a week.
Yeah.
And these were my steady clients. That's why I said the business was good. And I didn't have no problem with people paying what it was that they wanted because they knew what kind of service I provided. So instead of people recognizing your time, the services that you provide, and all of that, they want to nickel and dime you. You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
She wasn't
That's
getting
so-
ready to get me no more.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
People or something.
Yeah. So, tell us a little bit more about, because you really piqued my interest when you started. Well, before it is that we do that, I'm sorry, we got another entrepreneur that's sitting up here in the corner.
We do. I have a T-shirt company, as well as myself and my sister. We're bringing her business from Georgia to St. Louis, Minky Dustbusters Cleaning Company. You can look us up, and we can come out and give you a quote and,
And we got other
patronize.
things
Yeah,
in,
we got
hey, where it's going to be, it's a family affair because we do have a family business also.
Exactly.
That's LCA. And we
Exactly.
are going to get that, what we call popping.
All
So,
right now.
yes.
We got some things going on, and the thing about it is that we love supporting. We love supporting, and if we don't know about you, or if you don't tell us about you, then we won't be able to support. But I encourage everybody, if you have a business, get your business out there. We have a platform, and we open our platform to everybody to come on our show to promote your business, and also to support our businesses. So that's why not say it is a platform where you can come and say what's on your mind. You can promote your business. We encourage that. We also deal with children, so we definitely gonna have to do some networking with you because we're trying to get a non-for-profit going as far as young ladies, and I think we're going from what 6 to 18,
Yeah,
7,
6 to
something
18.
like that. Just teaching our young ladies etiquette, how to act, how to prepare for the world. You know what I'm saying?
How
Because
to dress.
how to dress. You know what I'm saying?
Business mindset.
Exactly. Letting them know that you don't have to sell yourself short to fit in. God made you wonderfully made, but you have to love yourself first. So we definitely gonna have to get together and network. We about the kids too.
And I do want to shout out because you already are, so you are supporting Mickey Dustbusters. I appreciate the fact that you didn't back down. We've had a couple of people that have reached out to us in reference to the cleaning business, but we ain't heard no more from them. And that's not business etiquette to me. But one thing I can say about you, as soon as it is that you heard about us, you told us, come and do a quote. Come and walk through and give me a quote.
And I'm coming for y'all. That quote was amazing. Like, really, I got a nice size building.
So, and that's just what it's all about. Because we're not trying to nickel and dime. But one thing that you can believe is that you're going to be satisfied.
Oh, yeah.
I already know.
You're going to be satisfied.
Yes, most definitely.
And that's why we say you just have to support. You got to support each other. And melanated people, y'all, we bad at supporting.
Yeah.
We are bad at supporting our own people.
Yes.
We quick to support everybody else. But we got to get on board and straight support each other. Because I'm telling you, if we start supporting each other, we'll knock a lot of people out of business. Because I feel, and this is just my opinion, a lot of the money that be circulated comes from melanated people.
But to be honest, it's not just your opinion. That's a fact.
Yeah,
that's a fact. Yeah.
They said that if all melanated people would stop spending money for one day, the whole economy is shift. That's how much money we spent. That's how much. We don't realize that we went from the owners to the consumers. We buy everything they put in our face,
yes, they do.
but we ain't owning it.
Exactly.
And everybody else around us, we wondering how different nationalities and different races is running laps around us because they're owning the things that we're buying. We building empires for them.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So it ain't about a color thing, but it's the one thing we got to realize is the same way they love themselves, we got to love ourselves a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Because if we want our Father to bless us like He's going to bless us, we got to love what He gave us.
That's
you
right.
See what I'm saying? And that's right. He gave us gifts.
Exactly.
We taught everybody, everything that we're seeing being built in front of us came from us. But we don't support our own. You know what I mean? And that's very important.
It's
sad. It's very
we
important.
was talking about that in the salon today. I had never been to Hollywood Beauty, so I ended up having to go in there for something real quick, and I'm like, man, because I heard a lot of people be like, well, they'll come in there for something. I personally, I try not to get stuff that they can get from the beauty supplies because my thing is, I'm like, they already got the hair and all this stuff. I'm not knocking them. I'm like, but dang, y'all want to take this little bit that we are trying to do. So now y'all selling clothes, y'all doing this, y'all doing that. So I go in there and I'm like, dang. And so I see like three of my customers in there, right? And they hadn't been in a while. And I said, so this where y'all be at, huh? And they like, oh, Miss Nitty, oh, Miss Nitty. Is like, I'm just laughing. I was like, it's okay. I said, but this the problem. I said, I came in here for some glue because I done ran off the glue. I said, but this is where y'all be. I said, that's the problem. I told them in Hollywood because they, I speak my mind. I said, now y'all should be ashamed of y'all. Y'all don't want to leave us nothing. I said, but we the problem. We the problem because they running in there buying it. Okay, buy her products, but y'all buy clothes, the jewelry, the
Everything.
purses, all of this. I said, we are the problem.
Yeah.
So I know we probably gonna see next because you got a beauty salon. So you gonna be coming up with a beauty store.
A beauty
A
supply.
beauty
Listen,
supply.
so my client said I was selling all of my own stuff at first, and my vendor, she I guess she was like she couldn't really, it wasn't worth it because she like I guess because all of them getting all the stuff, so they want to sell it to her for a certain price. So she like it wasn't really worth it. So I lost my connect, which I know God gonna find me another one. But I hadn't been in a beauty supply in so long because I was getting my own glue. I was selling my own hair to my clients, my shampoo and stuff. I would get it from I still go. I don't use beauty supply shampoos and stuff. No, no offense to them, but I just I still get my stuff from state where you need your license and
All
stuff
right
like
now.
that. So I would get it and I would get bulks and I would sell it to them so they can use the same things that I use to keep their hair in good condition. So I'm
Exactly.
trying to get that back. I was like, oh wow, because I was blown away, y'all, when I went in there because I haven't been in the beauty supply like that in a long
And
time.
then
I
they
didn't know.
have us. They have us in there.
Yeah,
Oh,
working.
baby, we be up in there advertising them left and right, left and
But
right.
let me
Come on
tell
in
you,
and say, buy
yeah,
this.
advertising, and then they put you in there to get it started. Because I went back and I'm looking because one of the girls in there was showing me, was like, yeah, they had this grant, all this and that. So they had all the black girls in there and dudes too, promoting it and working in there until they got to where they needed to be, and
And
they
then they
kicked
let
them
them
out
go.
and put
Oh,
their all
yeah.
people in there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
But
And
like-
not only was they in there promoting for them, oh, baby, even with them in there promoting, they was still standing over their back, making sure they wasn't putting nothing
Yeah,
in their pockets. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? But that's how they do
yeah.
us. But we keep
And they'll
we keep
support us at all.
patronizing.
They not gonna
Not
eat
at
our
all.
food.
Not at
They not
all.
gonna buy nothing from us. They do it within even the Chinese people. They don't eat our food, but we
No.
No.
always at the Chinese
And you know,
places. They eat amongst themselves.
believe it or not, they don't even eat they don't even eat Chinese food.
Eat they
What they selling, they
mm-mm.
don't even eat it. Not
No,
at
we was
all.
just talking about
Not at
that.
all. And that's the sad thing about it. That's why I say
Yeah.
if we really start supporting each other more, we can shut a lot of
Hmm.
things down. But we can't
Yeah.
even get along with each other because we too
No.
busy being envy and jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
But go ahead. I'm sorry, Ron.
see, one of the problems with that is, like when a brother get to going deep and conscious, everybody like, oh well, here you go with this deep mess again.
Hmm.
But it runs that deep because
Yeah.
we don't realize it was a program set up for us to hate ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
even with business. It said in that program, they said we would get them to a point where they wouldn't be able to stand to see themselves even in the mirror. So when we see each other, we instantly frown up. We instantly get on defense. When we see each other open businesses, we instantly looking for a reason to tear it down or sitting back
Yeah.
waiting for it to close. We praying on the downfall instead of supporting
Yeah.
it to keep it
Supporting.
open. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? But we thinking like, oh, it's just how it is now. No, this been set up years and years before we even got here. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's what they mean by in order to know where we going, we got to know where we
came
been.
from.
That's very
That's right.
important. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So you can't
Yeah.
delete that information that was set in front of us in the past
Yeah.
because that's what got us right where we at right now. Our mind
Yeah.
state of how it's a lot of us that is doing good with businesses, but it's a lot of us that's not supporting those businesses that's doing good.
Exactly.
So
You know
keep
what I'm saying?
going. Yeah.
Yeah.
And those businesses that are doing good also need to not be so tight-fisted and
Yeah.
share the knowledge. Because I'm
That
not
part.
saying all, but there are a lot of them. And I was just telling Miss Kiwi that I'm just finding it a little bit harder here to get the business started. In Atlanta,
No
I
problem.
had the vision, had the dream, set it in motion, didn't have no problems. And I didn't have no problems with people willing to pay what it was that I charged. As a matter of fact, I was shortchanging myself at first. And then I got, a little more educated about it and didn't have no problems with people wanting to, support it. Especially when it was that I go in and clean and they seen what it was that I did. Oh my goodness. I had 7 clients when I left Georgia, and I done heard from 4 of them since I've been in St. Louis, wishing that I was still there and really hated that I left. As a matter of fact, one of my clients, he just texted me the other day. I was telling Miss Kiwi, he texted me and he said, "How was your Thanksgiving?" He said, "I sure do miss you. Sure you ain't got nobody down here that could?" And I'm all like, "No, Mrs. Steve, I don't." And then not only that, I had an Indian couple. When I say that man, he literally wanted me to write the invoice to tell him. He said, just add you on a couple of $100 as a tip or whatever the case may be. Didn't have no problem. So that we need to get to that here. We need to get to that here. It shouldn't just be in other states. We got to support each other here. And I just don't feel that love here in St. Louis. And I'm a hometown girl coming back here with my business and not feeling the love that I should. Me and my sister trying to get the business going.
My husband just was saying that yesterday. They were having a family conversation, and he was like, "St. Louis, we got a slave mentality. People here have such a slave." He said he been all other places, and people like, "Man, where you from?" And he said, and they be like, now that you said because of your accent, but I would have never thought you was from St. Louis because of your mindset and how you talk. He was like, "Why you say that?" He said, "They all say because people from St. Louis have a slave mentality, the way they mindset."
And that's so sad.
You
That's
know what's
sad.
deep about
So
that?
sad.
And that's so real. And you know what's deep? See, it goes back to me knowing where we come from again.
Yeah.
We don't even know. We thought Mississippi was the last state to abolish slavery. It was Missouri was the last state to get it out of the Constitution.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I just said that today.
And the thing is, this is the heart of America. The body can't function without the heart. So long as they keep the heart messed up, the body ain't going to function right.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Some of the strongest people is right here. And some of the most devilish, weakest people is right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't understand that this is the center of the battleground that spiritual war we was talking about is right here. And the thing is, that's why we seeing our own people hate each other the most right here. You know what I mean? We destroying each other the most right here. And we gotta wake up. You know what I mean? That's why it's hard for us to build with each other right here. But we don't realize, just like Miss Mink was saying, in Atlanta, how they was quick to support you. Well, it also determined how the height that the levels that they're reaching down there are way higher than the levels we're reaching down here because they got a better support system and people are patronizing each other more. Here we sit back and talk, we gossiping, we sit up and talk about each other and destroy each other more. You know what I mean? And to me, what makes you any different than any other devil then? You know what I'm saying? Because when you put out hate no matter who you talking about.
Now.
It ain't no color with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So call in, y'all. Call in. Any business owners out there, call in. Give us some shout outs. Maybe you can drop some jewels on some people that's listening that's trying to become an entrepreneur. 515-599-1687. That's 515-599-1687.
FREE.
Free. Free.
Don't cost you
free
a dime.
99. Free. 515-599-1687. Shout out to all the entrepreneurs, business owners.
Yeah. So, Ms. Banks, tell us, you were saying as far as some of your avenues that you're getting ready to embark upon, especially with the youth, because our young women really need mentors. And I mean, our young men too. Our young men too. But I'm hearing more of the young men having mentors than the young women. I've heard of a few. As a matter of fact, we had a young man that was on here, and there is another young man that I know of that's in the schools now, even
Shout
helping
out to Ambition Clothing.
yes,
We coming, y'all.
helping to mentor these young men, and he even is mentoring young women, showing them the different ropes of what it is that they can do. But we don't have a lot of women mentors, and that's something that I recognize, and that's something that I know me and my sister are working on, as well, because our young women need help. Our
They
babies
do.
need help.
They
Yeah.
do. They do.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what that vision is that you're speaking of,
As far as your
adding on.
mentorship with the young women.
So my idea with the mentorship is to see, first of all, talk to them and see where their head is, see where their mindset is, and then try to, coach them. What do you want to do with your life? Show them a different part of life, because everybody here is not, is not like what they say most black women here are. You have a lot of young black women older that like me, and you all that are seeking to help and true and pure heartedly want to help you and see you win. So what do we need to do to help you get there? What are your dreams? What are your goals? And work with them step by step on what they trying to do, and show them how to do it, instead of just telling them, oh, you can do this, you can do that. They
Right.
might feel like they can, but what do I need to do to get there? Show me what I need to do. Hold my hand. I didn't
Exactly.
have a me in my life when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? So I hate, and I tell the young ladies that I come into contact with now, I didn't have a me. So cling to me, pick my brain with no strings attached. I just want you to be a better version of
Of
a young
you. Yep.
woman than I had, or I was around when I was coming up. So what do I need to do to help you get there? Because they are our future. They the
Exactly.
next generation. So if we don't get it now,
We
we
gonna
gonna
be
be
in
We're
trouble.
all
gonna
messed
be,
up. So we
yeah,
gotta
we
fix it
definitely
now.
are. We
Yes.
definitely are.
Yes, and
We gotta
definitely
fix
want
it
to,
now.
yeah, and definitely want them to help them to see that the beauty within, if they
Yes,
know thyself, they don't have to go and get all those surgeries and plump up their
therefore,
lips and plump up this, because as melanated women, you already got that.
therefore,
Majority, you already got that in some
yeah,
form or fashion. So that's all
yeah,
you got to do is don't try to be like somebody else.
Be yourself.
mhm,
Be
yeah,
You
be
gotta
yourself.
you,
love you.
yeah,
Yes, love
yeah,
you.
God
Love you
wonderfully
first.
yeah,
made you. You are very
yeah,
unique.
And if you ain't happy
yeah,
with your body, put in the work to get it right.
That's
Get it
right.
right.
Absolutely.
Exercise the body.
therefore,
That's the most
yes,
healthiest thing you could do for
That's
yourself.
right.
yes,
Absolutely.
Put that
Hey,
body to
I'm a
work.
witness.
You
I
know what
can
I
agree
mean?
with that.
Exercise it. You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying?
man,
And I
And
always
either,
say this, and I'm gonna say it again, but stop strolling social media. Stop
that
scrolling
right there,
social media, because you ain't doing nothing but making yourself feel
Feel
even
free,
more bad. Because a
mhm,
lot of our young women, their self-esteem is shot.
Yes.
Like they
yeah,
don't have no morals. So
mhm,
stop. So first off, look in the mirror. And when you
yeah,
look in the mirror, you're going to see yourself.
yeah,
Find the beauty in yourself. No
yeah,
matter what, God made each one of us different. None of us
yeah,
is made the same. Some
yeah,
of us skinny, some of us thick, some of us fat, some of us, but love yourself. And when you
mhm,
start to love yourself, then you'll fix yourself. Instead
yeah,
of trying to look at somebody else
And
and
fix
then
you
want
to
to
look
fix
like them.
yourself, but you want to fix yourself to look like them.
That's right.
See,
come
we
on
got,
now,
we got to
yeah,
start loving ourselves. You know what I'm
because even when
saying?
you fix yourself to look like somebody else, you still ain't loving yourself.
you
You
ain't
still
happy,
loving
Exactly.
yeah,
somebody else.
You
That's
loving
See what I'm saying?
somebody
That's
else.
why people don't find happiness with that route. Because
yeah,
after you fix yourself to be like somebody else, somewhere along that journey, you're going to feel an emptiness of
Yep.
this ain't me for real. You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
yeah,
Because you only could walk in your own shoe.
That's
You know
right.
what
That's
I'm
right.
saying? You only could walk in your own shoe. So you might as well lace them deals up tight and
That's right.
embrace
And
that
embrace
walk.
right,
That's
You
right.
know what I
Get
mean?
the
Because the
scalping.
biggest gift he gave us was ourselves.
Yeah.
He put
yeah,
it in us. It's just a lot of us don't tap in with ourselves. We tap
Exactly.
into
yeah,
everything. We outsource. I say that a lot because we do. We look at everything outside of us and we take that and let that become us instead of
yeah,
tapping into what's already
But
there. It's a lot of
exactly.
information within you that you don't even know you
yeah,
got. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? But see, when you get
yeah,
one on one with the Most High, and he start giving you them answers that come when that quiet time alone, not with somebody else running their mouth in your ear and all that.
Exactly.
And then you start realizing like, hold up, I got a lot of answers within me. The Father's talking to me. I don't have to go ask somebody else for certain things when I can ask him, and he gonna give me the answers I really need
that
to
you
hear.
really
But
need
you
to
gotta
hear.
tap into self to get that. You gotta tap into self.
And the thing about it is that for those that's listening, we are still talking about being a melanated business owner because it starts with self. If you don't feel good about yourself, you definitely not gonna feel good. Everybody can start a business. Everybody can start a business, but it's about being able to maintain it and being able to make it prosper. And if you don't feel good about yourself, you can start it, but it's gonna fail real quick because for one, you still looking for things in other people instead of finding that in yourself and boosting yourself to drive more and to push yourself to make your business successful. So we got to start with self, and we say it all the time, especially fast lane. You got to know thyself.
Yes.
Well, you know the thing about starting a business, this one simple fact. In order for you to start a business, you gotta start the business. And where does it start at? Within your mind. It starts in your mind first. It comes with a vision. That's what they mean by a vision. See, when God gives you visions, it ain't said out loud to everybody.
Else.
He give it directly to you. And if you're not paying attention to yourself, you're going to miss that part. You know what I mean? So it still goes back with self because some of the most successful business owners had to check themselves. They had to tap into themselves. They had to learn themselves. They had to know where they was slacking at. It ain't always about where you winning at. You got to know where you slacking at to keep the business going.
That's
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because that's what's going to destroy the business.
That's right.
real.
And you got to build confidence. But if you don't know thyself, you can't build confidence. And you have to have confidence when it is that you are starting a business. Because if you confident in everybody else
But yourself.
your business ain't going to create that
And
success
they
that you
business
want
will
to.
be success.
Right.
And
You
that's
will
why
be
we
success.
see
it's
all
gonna
these
show.
other nationalities winning because we have created a confidence within them. If Gucci tell you they got Gucci, we spend our last for it instead of spending our last for our own business.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Or Prada, I'm just naming names because
for real.
I don't know none of them. Ain't none of them in our communities. I rock what I rock regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they put it in our face and we chase it. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But we don't even chase what's in our own head.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
That's
We
right.
don't chase that, and that's where you gotta have the confidence in yourself because that's what moves mountains.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the thing
I
about
just had
it,
this
go ahead.
conversation too. I just had this conversation with somebody. They was talking about just brands and stuff, and they was saying some brand. I was like, what? And the shop laughing. They called me an old like they like this girl don't know nothing. She be in the bubble. I was like, cause listen, one thing about me, I don't try to keep up with the Joneses. I say I always try to keep up with the news and the banks. I try to keep up with Tamia Banks to be exact.
Okay.
So I don't care. Them people rich. I'm trying to get there. They ain't
Come
coming
on
to shop
now.
in my store or
Come
support my business. I said,
Right.
so if you see me with some, 9 times out of 10, somebody else gave it to me because I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to tell you that now. I'm going to make a simple decision and I'm going to take that couple of grand and I'm going to invest in my business, buy me some land for my family and my generational wealth. I'm like, so that's where it makes me different from everybody else. I'm not doing that. I don't care. I wear anything going to work because you might see me looking, I ain't going to say a hot mess, but I throw on leggings and joggers. I'm finna go get her on me. I'm not trying to impress nobody. I know what I got going on.
Exactly.
That's
right.
And too, like when you do have a vision, it's not always good to tell everybody your vision because there's a lot of people that's going to try to discourage you. You will hear a lot of people like, girl, you can't do that, or boy, you can't do that, or you can't afford that. And then that start playing a part in your mind, like maybe I can't do that. So a lot of times when God gives you a vision, He gave it to you for a reason. He gave it for you to go and meditate on it, to find avenues, to do your own research on your business, and then once you put your stuff into place, then you start outsourcing and bringing people into your business. Because other than that, people will discourage you and talk you out of trying to start your own business.
Hey, I got a quote. It's a stop telling your big dreams to small-minded people.
Come
You
on
hear
now.
me?
Come on
You got to
now.
just go on and walk the walk.
That's
You know?
right.
Because we sit and chit-chat with people that's dream killers. Because if they don't believe in themselves, they definitely ain't gonna believe in you. You know what I'm
Exactly.
That's
saying? And the
right.
best way to
Exactly.
tell them is by showing them.
By showing
That's
them.
Because
right.
when you show them, you also teaching them that it can get
Yeah.
done. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right
Because
now.
people say a lot
Yeah.
out their mouth. So I have realized like certain conversations I don't have with everybody no more.
That's
Exactly.
right.
I
You
Yeah.
can't.
right.
If you're not part of the blueprint, why am I talking about my blueprint to you?
Exactly.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
Exactly.
right. That's
That's
right.
right.
Prime example, Kiwi. I know you remember we was in school and God kept telling me to not remember we had that project and they kept telling us to look for a salon to work in.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't gonna say the teacher name,
Right.
but yeah, she kept saying like where was mine? And I was like, I got my own shop. And I'm mind you, I'm 24 years old. I'm coming from
Mm-hmm.
the streets. I'm trying to find a different way of life from something I was used to and I grew up in. So she
Exactly.
like, well, where is it? And this, and you got to do this. I'm gonna write you up. So I didn't have no answers for her. All I knew is this way I kept hearing this voice tell me. I didn't know it was God at the time because I didn't grow up in church. I hadn't started going yet, so I didn't have that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was like, well, I'm gonna write you up. And I was like, well, you're gonna have to do what you have to do because I'm gonna have my own shop. So after a while, it went from I'm gonna have my own to I got my own. She was like, oh yeah, where is it? Where is it? And I was like, I don't know. And she was like, girl, quit playing with me. I'm gonna write you up. And I was like, I don't know, but I got it. And so couple of months later, God did
Yeah,
that
yes, he
thing,
did.
but prior to she kept saying, why would you want to do that? Don't do that. Go work in somebody's shop. Get you a booth. It's hard. Hold on, son. Sorry, y'all. She like, it's hard out here. Go rent you a booth. I did that before and it wasn't successful. And Miss Kiki ended up telling me like, quit talking to everybody.
But
Have
yep.
you heard? Have you ever heard about walking by faith and not
Not
by
by
sight? And
sight.
I didn't know
Yep.
what she was talking about at all. And
Yep.
she pulled me to the side and she started pouring into me, telling me just because she's over you don't mean you have to tell her
That's
what
right.
you're doing
Doing
because I
exactly.
don't like what she's saying to you. Just because it wasn't successful for
Mm-hmm.
her doesn't mean it's
We're gonna
not going
you're
to
gonna
be
be
successful
successful.
for you.
Yep.
Quit talking to her because she can kill your dream before you even
Mm-hmm.
started.
That's
And I
Mm-hmm.
right.
stopped talking and
Mm-hmm.
God ended up manifesting that thing and I'm still going by
That's
God's
Still
right.
grace
going.
and
That's
So
it's
tell
right.
us
been
how long you been
almost
in
20
business. All
years.
right now.
Man,
All right now. All right
won't he
now.
do it? Won't he do it?
You better.
Hey, yes he will.
Yes, he
Well,
will
shout
do it.
out to you, Mr. EJ. How you doing on this evening?
This is my rainbow baby.
Yes, yes. But we thank God. We thank God for you, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you
Leading
are
by example.
exactly. You're leading by example, and you showing people that because I came from this place or from this area does not mean that you cannot prosper. You know what I'm saying? You have shown
Yes.
them
Yeah.
that you could take your life and turn it around. You know what I'm saying? And that
Yeah.
goes for everybody on the planet, on the panel. You know what I'm saying? Because we all done came from some places. You know what
Man,
I'm
like they
saying?
say, my situation don't determine
Turn
my
my
destination.
destination.
I got
Exactly.
somewhere to be. And that's about how you see yourself, though.
Exactly.
Some people will wallow in a situation and won't even see that it's a lesson there to get you to your next move. But if you stay stuck on you ain't doing the studying or you ain't paying attention to what's in front of you. You ain't gonna never move out that situation.
That's right.
Because some
Absolutely.
people stay stuck in their situation,
That's
not
right.
knowing their situation might be the push to get you to your next move. You know what I mean? To your destination. You know
That's
what I mean?
right, absolutely.
Exactly.
And you do have to stay focused. You know, and that's one thing that I wanted you to also speak to Miss Banks is how hard was it for you to stay focused during your journey? Because it's hard. It can be hard.
Yeah, it definitely can be hard. Oh Lord. And it's still get hard sometimes. And I have to remind myself even then that you gotta go in mind. Like
Mm-hmm.
times when I had back, certain friends in my life back then and people doing things and I might wanted to do it because that's what I was used to doing and they having fun and they doing this and doing that. And I'm like, it's either go have fun and do that with them
Or
right
get my
now
business.
and make this weight, or you gonna do this right now for the bigger picture. You gonna make that stuff weight and you can enjoy that later. So it was a struggle, and to the point it's like, oh, you don't want to do nothing fun no more. So they quit calling me for stuff, but that was God. You know what I'm saying? Because they mindset and they vision wasn't where mine was. So it was like, dang, I want to do that. But Tamia, you need to, I would talk to them like, Tamia, stay focused. Tamia, don't do that. You can have that fun later. You trying to do something. They not trying to do what you trying to do. And I tell my young girls that now they come in, they get discouraged because they friends calling them, let's go out, let's go do this. And they here trying to do her and get they hours. I'm like, listen, stay focused. They not trying to do what you trying to do. You know, you got plenty of time to do that. So while they clubbing and doing all that, what they doing now I get the layup. I go to the islands. I go out the country. My fun is a different type of fun. You know what I'm saying? So our mindset is not the same. So I'm out networking in other countries. I'm trying to grab people all over, and everywhere I go, I'm telling them about Nikki Salon, one of the retailer, Main Sheet Clothing. So my focus had to be different. Stay focused, write the vision, make it plain every day. I was writing what I'm doing today. What's my goal for tomorrow? What's my goal for next week? Okay, let me scratch it off every hour on the hour. And I just told myself I'm getting back to that because I done fell off a little bit with not scheduling myself from this time to this time, work on this. When that time up, cut it off, go to the next thing, start on that, and just do it consistently because that's where I started from. So you got to keep doing those same things, and you'll forget sometime being in the moment, and you got to slow down and remind yourself, hey, how did I get here? I was in that 10X group. It's the 10X rule is you do them same things 10 times over and over and over and keep repeating it until even when you get there, keep repeating it. You don't stop. Just because you got there, you keep doing it. So that's one of the biggest things, staying focused and reminding yourself to when you got on that mission and thirsty for it, you keep your mind there. And that's something I'm telling myself even as I'm saying it right now.
That's
you
how
gotta
you
stay
gotta
grounded.
Yes.
And staying grounded keeps you focused. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and your circle too.
Yeah.
If your
That's
circle
very
ain't
important.
right, it'll throw you off.
Exactly.
We talk about that all the time, and
The
especially
company you
fast lane.
keep.
That's right. It alludes to, and but it speaks about that in the Bible. You're going to lose those along the way.
Yeah.
But they were there for that season and a reason, and now it's time for them to move on.
That's why he said everybody can't go.
Everybody,
you know, because when he was saying that, what he was telling the people is that the more you pull closer to me, you're going to lose a lot of people along the way. But you're going to find yourself, because when you pull closer to me, you're going to see what I have for you. You see what I'm saying? So everybody ain't going to pull close when you pulling close, because what's for you is for you. You see what I'm saying? And everybody ain't going to understand why you moving different, or why you thinking different, or why you want to do this and they want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody can't go, and it's okay. That don't mean that I'm trying to shit on those that couldn't go. It just means that I got to get where I gotta go.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If you love me, you should be happy for me to elevate and not be stuck in the same position or the same mind state. You know what I mean?
And then people gotta also know that everything and everybody is not for them. You know what I'm saying? People come in your life for a reason, a season, and a lifetime. And you gotta be able to wing through them. You know what I'm saying? And even though a lot of times we become attached to people and we want to bring them along, some people can be a hindrance to you. You gotta know some people can be a hindrance to you and can knock your blessings. That's why you gotta be able to detach.
You
Appreciate
gotta the good times y'all did, sure. And don't waste no time on the negative times y'all did, y'all share, and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Because the times y'all did share was the times y'all shared. You see
what I'm saying? It was supposed to be shared.
Yeah, so you can't change that.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But the time I had to move on, I had to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? It's not personal.
That's right. And those times that you may feel lonely or like you all by yourself or whatever, just remember, and if you don't have a relationship with God, get one.
Get
because
one.
your time, I mean, those lonely moments
He can
will
fulfill
be
it.
filled.
That's
Definitely
what I
can.
call that one-on-one
Baby.
time.
That's
right.
That one-on-one
Yes.
time.
Yes.
Because in order to hear him, you gotta spend time alone.
Yes.
And you gotta be able to go into that dark cave by yourself.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't have nobody holding your hand to hear him, because that person holding your hand might be distracting you of hearing him.
Yeah.
So that's when he starts separating you. You know what I mean? Because if
Yeah.
you won't separate yourself, he'll separate you.
for
Because
you.
when you got a
Yeah.
purpose, no matter what you thinking, when you got a purpose, he gonna lead you to a place where you gonna find yourself alone. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? You gonna find yourself where, damn, I used to have a bunch of people around me. Now I'm sitting alone. And after a while, you start appreciating that long time, because you start getting stuff done. And you
Yes,
start finding
yes.
yourself, and you start tapping into yourself, and then you start realizing the power within yourself.
Yes,
See, that's how.
yes.
See, when God gets you one-on-one, that's when you start hearing him more. Because
That's
now he's
Yeah.
drowning out all the distractions.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Well, y'all
That's
know
so
we
true.
all, hey, it always get good. It always be good. But we done came to this point where, we got to end this segment. I want to hear if we got any last remarks from my panel. And then we're going to we'll start off with our guest. Because you know what? I appreciate your time. And I know little one is sitting there. He anxious for you to get done. So if you have any last remarks to give to anybody that may be trying to start a business, can you give them the last remarks, and we'll go around the table real quick and let everybody finish saying something.
Yes, I would say believe in yourself, write the vision, make it plain, do your homework, do your research, pray on who's supposed to be important. I mean, don't leave nothing out on to the helpers, the people you need to do whatever from A to Z. Don't leave nothing out. Write God a letter. Put it up, pray over it and move. You got to do the work. Faith without works is dead. You can't just think that, I'm just going to talk about it. You have to do the work. Do the work, stay consistent, and just go for it. Go for it. Don't give up. Even when the times are hard, keep going.
All right, now. Fast Lane, you got any last remarks?
You got to stay motivated. Like she said, if you see the vision within yourself, write it down. Like, that's something I learned from a lot of motivational speakers. You know what I mean? We get a lot of ideas that cross through our mind constantly every day. But if you find the idea that's worthy of you following and chasing and believing in it, write it down. Because the thing about writing it down, when them ideas disappear in your mind for a moment, even if it's still there, but you forget about it sometime, you can look at that piece of paper and it'll remind you of what I need to do or what I plan to do and how I plan to get it done. You know what I'm saying? So take it. That's what we call doing your homework. And sometimes even doing homework with yourself gonna get you a lot further than what you think. You know what I mean?
right.
Take time out for self. Write
That's
it down.
right. Absolutely.
Even if it's just a small plan or a big plan, write it down, because
write it down.
that small plan can turn into a big plan.
That's
When you
right.
write it down, you start adding ideas to it. Before you know it, you adding ideas. Now you putting the action behind it. So stay motivated.
All right, Mr. Rodney, it is, right? Do you have any last remarks to let anybody?
I just appreciate this session. I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? Stay inspired. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
right. Stay motivated, stay focused. Hey, the people, just pray and ask God to put the right people in your path
That's
to
right.
start your business, and it shall be.
Yeah.
Speak it as it is, not as it is. So it will.
Ain't no what if.
Yes.
Know that it can happen and know that it's done.
That's
Exactly.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes.
Leave it there.
And
Leave it
I'm
there.
always available for people to come pick my brain. All y'all got to do is pull up on me.
Okay.
Anybody know,
All right.
Come pick my brain.
We're going to have to bring you back.
That's okay. We
Got
definitely
to.
gonna have you back.
Yes.
So, Miss Miss, you
Yes.
got anything you want to say?
Well, everybody has said everything that I was thinking, but shout out to all of the up and coming entrepreneurs, all those that are working on it, putting in the work, and out there grinding. But I just have to say, a lot of entrepreneurs motivate me to keep me going, but one in particular really motivates me. And I know y'all hear me talking about my son a lot, my oldest, but it's just because of his mind state. And he really helped me down in Georgia get a lot of things together and helping my business really just kind of take off. So I do want to shout out to him. And if y'all want to support a good black business, melanated owned business as well, Kula Nola. Go to kulanola.com. Get you some granola. He just gave me some wonderful news tonight. A man that ate some of his granola from Alaska. He's in Hawaii. He just ordered 10 bags.
Yeah.
And he told him that his name is getting ready to ring throughout Alaska.
Wow.
So, hey,
Praise
y'all,
God.
come on. Support.
You know, and the last thing I just want to say is let's support our melanated businesses. We got, let's just support our melanated business.
Yes.
Point
We owe
blank
it to
period.
ourselves.
That's right.
We
We
owe
owe it
that
to
to ourselves.
We
Like
do.
we actually help make the world go round with the things that has been made
So let's
and
make
produced.
our world
so
go
let's
round.
And it's not being selfish.
Exactly.
We gave it to everybody else first.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
you got to give it to yourself. Too.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
And we just want to say thank you once again, Mrs.
Yes.
Banks. We definitely will have you back. We will get in touch with you because, like I said, we want to do some networking. We want to get on board with a lot of the things you got going on. Shout out to all of our viewers, our listeners. If you didn't call in tonight, it's okay because every Friday we try to come with great topics. If you got a topic you would like to talk about, Why Not Say It is a platform that we why not say it? That's why not say it. So thank you again. We appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Till the next time. You awesome. Friend, I love you. I love you. And not only is she my friend, she's also my daughter's cousin. So she's family. So shout out to y'all. We love y'all. Till next time. Miss Kiwi, Miss Mink, Fast Lane. We definitely in the building. Bye, EJ.
They said bye, EJ.
Bye. Yes, I'll
Good night,
call you,
sir.
friend. Thank
Okay,
you.
love y'all.
Love you
Bye-bye.
too.
Appreciate you.
Good night.